Hello, today we're gonna replace the screen on a Lenovo Yoga 730-13 IKB. That's the box for the Lenovo, and this is the screen itself. That's the computer itself, and as you can see right here on the side, it has a little the touchscreen still works, but the screen itself got a little bit messed up. So I'm going to show you how to change the screen of this computer. The reason I'm making this video is because it's slightly different. I have the 710 and 720 screen replacement online, but this is slightly different, and I'm going to show you why. Now, before we proceed, make sure you turn off the computer. Make sure the computer is completely turned off. Make sure it's not sleeping, because when you're gonna replace the screen, you're gonna have access to the cables, and it's very easy to actually burn the backlight of the screen if the computer is not properly shut off. So first I'm going to show you the replacement screen, and I'm going to show a couple little things on it. So this is a replacement screen. It comes the LCD itself plus the digitizer. Now, if you notice on top of the screen, you have these little I don't know how to call them. It's a metal piece which is catching up in the top bezel. So in order to properly remove the screen, you'll have to slide it down a little bit, and then it's gonna pop up. Now the screen, like in all the other Lenovos, it has some rubber adhesive on the side, which will have to be removed. It's not as easy to notice those strips like in the previous versions of the Lenovo Yoga. Now what we want to do, we want to put it in a tablet mode, so flip the screen all the way around, and we'll have to remove these trims right here on the bottom. Those will have to be popped up. And how you do that, you can insert something flat and thin right in between here. You see, right here, we're gonna pop it up just like that. See, this piece will come off, so it's gonna expose one side of the hinge right there. I don't know if you can actually, yeah, right there. We're gonna do the same thing on the right hand side. Okay, so we pry it up, and we're gonna do the exactly same thing on the right here on the middle one, the big piece. So I'm gonna start towards the left of it, and I'm gonna make my way slowly towards the center. You see, it is, let me see if you guys can see. You see, it is open over there. I'm gonna take a little pry tool and just move along the edges. Okay, don't insert it too much. It's just a little bit. Excuse my hand in the objective, but I can't really work otherwise. So okay, here we go. This piece popped up, and I'll put it on a side for now, and you'll see that underneath you'll have two screws. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver in order to get rid of this screw and that screw. Okay, so we're gonna unscrew those. Okay. Now, in the other ones, the adhesive was clearly visible, was somewhere around here. However, here in this particular one, you have that piece of adhesive. I'm gonna try to zoom as much as possible, as much as my camera can zoom. It's a little bit out of focus, so let's do this. Okay, it's not gonna zoom any more than that. Now, in between the hinge, there we go. In between the hinge and the bezel, you see it's a little black piece right here. You see when I can actually grab it with a tweezer. So that is your adhesive. You wanna grab it with a tweezer and slowly pull it downwards. Okay, you see it? It is coming up now. Slowly pull on it downwards, much slower than in previous models of the Lenovo 720 or 710, because those strips were considerably wider than this one. Now if you pull it too fast, this, you see how thin it is, it will break. Okay, so take your time. You're not doing this against the clock. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you once it's completely out, how long it is. I'm not saying it might actually break on me, but hopefully that's not gonna happen, because that's gonna give me so much trouble to actually remove it. Otherwise I will need to use pry tools and heat gun and all that crap, which I really don't want to do it. But let's hope it's not gonna break. Now towards the middle of it, you'll feel a little bit that it's harder to pull. So slowly. Okay. This is as much as I was able to pull till now. So I guess they're trying to make it as hard as possible for the end user to replace his own screen if something would happen to it. Okay. Now most of the screens you're gonna be able to buy, replacement screens, will come with these adhesive strips included. Okay, the screen itself, this particular one, it has a full HD screen, 1920 by 1080, and it costs about $170. You'll find it off eBay. And the one that I purchased, it did come with these adhesive strips. If they don't come with it, you can buy one which is made for, as I mentioned in other videos, it is made for an iMac 21 inch or 27 inch prior, I'm sorry, any iMac adhesive strips between 2013 and 2017 will work just fine. So, okay, almost out. You see that the screen is already coming up, coming apart. Okay. I'm moving a little bit faster right now because I feel there's nothing holding it back. So the chances of this becoming broken are minimal. Don't go too much towards the right because you have this cable and that will be in your way. Okay, and that's it. Now how I know it didn't break, because it's completely flat in here, and this is how long one of it is. So basically this would have covered, as you see right here, it has a bend, so this would have sat something like this inside of your screen, on the back of your screen. Okay, so that side it's off. As you see right now, I can almost completely lift the screen on that side. Now we're gonna move to the right side. We're gonna put this on the side and we'll do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna grab the little black piece right there. Okay, and I need to use another tweezer so I don't drop it. Okay. Okay, as long as I can grab it with my fingers, I'm good. So we're gonna pull it here. This is even thinner than the one on the right hand side, so be even more careful with this. This will also be much shorter than the one on the right hand side because it only covers the right side of the screen, not the two sides like the other one, the top and the left side. You can skip this part if you want. It's pretty boring. I'm just pulling on this adhesive strip. Okay. Here we go. Come on, buddy. That's the end. Perfectly flat, not broken. And as you see, this is much shorter, so it only covers the right hand side of the screen. Now, with the adhesive strips removed, what you want to do is basically zoom out. Okay, basically you want to use a plastic pry tool to just lift the screen on both sides. Maybe something like that. Okay, as you see, the screen is almost out, and you want to pull it downwards. As you see, you can clearly see the circuits on the top side. Now you can lift it up from the top, just like this, and I'm gonna show you how it looks inside. Okay, you have the screen removed, partially removed. Now we're gonna put the screen, let's do the computer in an L shape, so we have a little bit of the computer itself is gonna act like a foot, so we don't have to hold on to this piece right here, and we're gonna lay the screen flat on the bench. And now we can go ahead and disconnect the touch screen cable and the actual LVDS cable. Like in all the other computers, there is a little tape right here which will have to be removed in order to get to the cable itself. So just carefully pull on this tape, do it upwards, and you can use your fingers right here. Okay. Now the tape being removed, it will allow me to unlatch this LCD cable. It has this little piece which will pop right up. You see it? Okay. And then just push up the LCD cable. Now that's removed. Now we have to remove the cable from let's see, this particular cable, which is the touch screen cable. There is a piece of black tape on top of it. We're gonna remove that tape. Okay, so that black tape is out, and now we're going to push the connector towards us. Pull it actually towards us. Okay, so that cable is disconnected, and now we can, as you see, I have the screen right here. The screen is out. Now this is for those of you who don't know what screen to order first and they want to disassemble their computer prior of ordering the screen. This is the model number of the screen. You can use those numbers to order a replacement screen. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this on the side. We're gonna take our new screen because we want to test it first to make sure that everything works before plugging it in. So we're going to connect the LCD cable first. We're gonna push it. Okay, make sure the adhesive is out of the way. And this latch is on the top side of the connector, and we're gonna put it just like this inside and pull it downwards, pull it towards you. Okay. You can lock it if you want. Remember, this is just for testing purposes, so it's not the final assembly. And this guy gets in the way as always. These little tapes. And that's it. Gonna flip the screen up. Okay. Turn the computer on. And here we go. We have Lenovo. Okay, I'm gonna block. Let's see. Gonna block the name of the person. So we have the touch screen does work. Okay. So there we go. Pin it's incorrect, obviously. We're gonna do shutdown. And we're gonna wait for the computer to shut off. Okay, come on, stupid Windows 10. Okay. And now the computer is on. We're gonna give it a couple more seconds just to be sure that it is off. And yeah, Okay, now we're gonna take the screen off because we have to mount the adhesive strips. Now some of the screens, not all of them, so make sure that when you buy the screen it will say that the bezel is actually included, if not already mounted on the replacement screen. And I'm gonna show you which part I'm actually talking about, because otherwise you'll have to salvage it from your old screen, and that's just some extra work which I don't know if you wanna do it. So let's find the old screen. So the bezel I was talking about is this plastic piece right here, you see? This guy right here, which holds the two screws and which will have to be put under the touchscreen board. Okay, now the people I bought the screen from, they were too lazy to mount it themselves, and that one came like this, so I will have to actually attach it on the body of the new LCD. And yeah, it's just that that was my luck. It was not in the description. I'm just gonna attach this to the screen and I'm gonna resume the video. I'm not gonna show you how to do it because as I said, most of the screens, they do come with this part attached. Okay, so the bottom one, the bottom plastic piece was attached. Now I'm going to show you how to attach these two pieces if they're not already attached on the screen you're going to purchase. These are the adhesive strips we just removed before. So as you see on the right hand side is going to be this guy, which is covering almost two sides of the computer, and the other one would be on this side right here. So as you see, this has a little bit of black marking. Make sure that you leave that out. Basically, when you're gonna mount it, okay, leave about this much on the outside. So in case you need to ever replace the screen again, you have this part which you can pull on. Okay, so the white part will be, I mean the tape, it's white, but on one side it comes with the blue marking, so that one will have to be facing down. So we're gonna remove this protective adhesive film, okay, which will expose the sticky part. Make sure your screen is free of any finger oils or any dust or anything which might affect how efficient the adhesive would be. And we're going to leave the black piece out a little bit. Okay, come on here. Okay, don't pull on the tape. It will have to be something like this. Okay, something like that. Now that piece is down. We make sure that this will come nice around the bezel, and we're gonna move our way up. Okay, removing this protective film, we're gonna put one, put this side down. Okay, just like so. It doesn't have to be perfect, as it would do the job. Okay, just like that. And now the top side. Slowly work your way just like that, and we're gonna sit it down. Again, don't worry if it's not completely straight, as that really does not matter. Okay. And now we're gonna put the right side, the right side of the screen as you look at it. We're gonna put the tape down. Again, don't stress if it's not straight. Okay. And that's it. Make sure you leave this much, you see, like let's zoom in, you leave about this much so you can actually grab on it once the screen is seated. So this is the part you're gonna be grabbing and pulling down. Okay, so let's okay, now the adhesive strip is in place and we're ready to reassemble the screen. Now, I mentioned in the very beginning of the video that there are some metal pieces right here which are going right under here, so that pretty much when you put the screen down, you'll have to put this side down first, push it all the way up, and then you'll sit your screen down. Now, before we do that, obviously we'll have to reconnect the cables. Okay, so we're gonna flip the computer just like that. Carefully take the screen and put it face down on your desk. And I'm gonna do what I did before at the testing. I'm gonna reattach the cables. Okay. Here we go. Attaching the cable, so we go this guy first, the touch screen connector, make sure it's all the way in, then you can put back the tape on top of it which will hold it together. And we're gonna do this, the LCD connector. Okay, and you'll pull it towards you, and we have to test it again because we don't want to put the adhesive strip and figure out the screen it's not working because we didn't connect it something right. Okay, I'm gonna reset this tape. Okay, and let's turn on the computer again. Make sure the touch screen and the LCD work. Okay, LCD still working, which is a good sign. And let's see here. I'm gonna put this. Okay, same. Okay, now we're gonna do the pin, and yeah, you can see the name or whatever. So here we go. Yep, everything works. Now, let me just move this one right here until I turn the computer off. And we can, in a second, I'm gonna show you how to put it back. Okay, come on, shut off computer. Okay, shutting off, shut down anyways. Okay. And I'm waiting for the machine to turn off. Okay, it is off. Now we're gonna put the computer on the tablet mode. Lift the screen up because we'll have to remove the adhesive, the protective adhesive from the back. Okay, now you're not gonna see much here. Well, maybe I can do it in a different way. So let's try. That's typically how I would work on it, but again, I'm taping it, so I should change a little bit the way I'm working so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Now we're gonna remove the protective film. Okay, sorry about that, my stupid camera turned off again. I know I should get another one. Anyways, what I did, I just removed that adhesive strip protector. I'm gonna do it the same here. Hold it down there, so okay. Now the adhesive is exposed, avoid touching anywhere around the area where the adhesive is in place. And as I mentioned, we're gonna start from the top at an angle, just like this. Make sure the screen goes underneath those okay. So you can slightly push on the screen, make sure there's no space left on the top. Okay, just like that on one side and then the other one. Okay, and now we will sit the screen down. Okay, perfect. I would say the holes of the screws, they align perfectly there, and now we can just press on it with you can take a microfiber cloth to just go around the screen, make sure the adhesive is properly set there. And yeah, that's about it. We make sure that this cable goes where it belongs, actually right there, so it doesn't push the screen upwards. Okay, and we can still see this black. We have to just put it into place towards the right. Okay, I'm gonna put the screws back in. So remember the two screws in the very beginning. Okay, so there's gonna be one here. Don't over tie it, just like that. And let's see. Okay, and we're gonna put the other screw. Just like that. We will reattach this plastic strip, so the way these go, you put it same like the screen, start from the top, just like this, at a little bit of an angle, and then push it down with your fingers. You will have to make a clicking sound once it's engaged and properly in place. Let me just lift it up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, this cable has to be pushed. Make sure the cable is snug right there. And let's do this. Okay. So we're gonna move our way. Okay. Okay, as you see, there's no space in between. Now these ones, if you forgot which one is what, they are labeled. If you look inside, this one says L1 and this one says R1. So obviously left goes to left, right goes to right. I'm gonna put this guy in. Click it in. Click this guy in as well on the right hand side. Job done. We can remove the protective film on top of the screen. Nice, beautiful. Gonna turn the screen on again. Last check. There you go. So everything works. That's how it's done. That's how the replacement of the screen should be done. So yeah, hopefully you guys can do it and this video helped you. So as I always say, if the video helped you in any way, saved you some money, or it was just a little project you wanted to do by yourself, and you were successful, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and where I'm gonna post more videos as time allows. So until next time, take care of yourself and come back to my channel. Have a good one.